We're going to step around here to a couple of tropical pilots. How's your lighting, Mitchell? Okay. Sergeant, flight, pilot wings. He's got a Femaroo M37 holster, pistol, which I think is a very nice pistol. Channel flight pants, boots. This is a hard combo to find, ladies and gentlemen. It's the channel suit in tropical. The jacket, the pants, the headset. Got those splinter-proof goggles. So here's your tropical fighter pilot. Did you check out their boots? Now here we have a Panzer First Lieutenant. Panzer First Lieutenant, 7th Regiment. Now then, he's got an Iron Cross from the First World War, and he's been awarded one in the Second World War. So he wears this eagle instead of the World War II Iron Cross, because that would be a fashion faux pas to have 2 Iron Crosses on your pocket. So World War I Iron Cross, World War II Iron Cross, Panzer Assault Badge, Cavalry Badge that he was an equestrian in competition, Spanish Civil War, Spanish Cross in bronze. Means that he participated between 36 and 39 in the Spanish Civil War. Now what's interesting, you'll see that he has the breeches and the boots as an officer would with an HSC holster. But what's interesting is this tunic that you see behind him is also Panzer of the 7th Regiment. And I got these 2 tunics maybe 20 years apart. And interesting that they're from the 7th Regiment, which was Rommel's regiment when he ran the Ghost Division in 1940. When he was in the invasion of France, he was the first division to make it to the Channel coast. He put his boots in the ocean first. And that was his outfit. They call it the Gespenster Division, the Ghost Division. So, but you can see that this guy is junior because he's younger, so hence he stands behind him. He's also got a Panzer badge, Winter 41, 42 in Russia, Iron Cross 2nd class. And he's carrying the maps because he's the junior officer. Here we have an artillery sergeant. He has knocked out a tank without an anti-tank weapon. He's in the Großdeutschland Division, Greater Germany. General Assault Badge, Wounded Badge. He carries a K98 pouches. Standard grenade. Standard infantryman. Here we have a mountain trooper who seems to have just lost weight. Luftwaffe cold weather uniform. Luftwaffe Field Division uniform. I don't think those are the right straps for him. I haven't found Field Division straps. They're all a work in progress, ladies and gentlemen. And here we have a Air Force paratrooper medic. So that would be like Matthias Tischlinger aus Nürnberg. Paratrooper medic. All right, we go over here. Here we have a field police, Feldgendarmerie. The Germans called them chain dogs because of this, or they called them field mice, Feldmäuse, because they were everywhere. They would execute you if they caught you away from your unit without written orders. They would execute you. Let me repeat that. They would shoot you or hang you from the nearest lamppost. Here we have a couple of Hermann Göring Division tankers. You can tell they're Luftwaffe because of the flying eagle on their caps. So Hermann Göring Division had tanks as well as paratroopers. He had everything. We're going to move right along here to this tanker who's Army. Guess you can't see him very well, huh? Then we have a tank officer, First Lieutenant, Greater Deutschland, Großdeutschland. typical Panzer officer with the overseas cap, the headphones, the throat mic. You can see he has the death head signaling tanker, black uniform, typical tank commander field glasses, Iron Cross first class tank assault badge, wounded badge in silver, Iron Cross second class, Russia winter 41-42, Luger holster, officer belt. And here we have his Obergefreiter, his senior corporal. Standard tanker. So the German Navy got sunk by the end of the war, and the leather that the Navy's sailors wore on deck, and they started issuing to the German tankers. So at the end of the war, you'll see German tankers wearing the Navy leathers, like this guy over here, and those Hermann Göring men we just looked at. He has a wool tunic and leather breeches, pants. We're going to step over here into a tropical lookout. He's a sergeant in the artillery, and he's keeping an eye out for the Allied Air Force because our fighters and fighter bombers, the P-38s especially, wore them out at Salerno. Now you'll notice that he's got on some fancy shorts there and second variation tropical boots, which are quite dear, my friend. Quite dear. And here we have a recent creation, a Panzer officer with a nice crusher on him. Panzer lieutenant, see the pink? This means he was in Russia winter 41-42, Iron Cross second class, Iron Cross first class, Panzer assault badge, wounded badge, officer's belt. It's a P27, the Czech pistol, I forget the name of it, P27, CZ27 is what it is. All right, here we come over here and we've got a Panzer Grenadier officer who's coming in with the map. See the green on his shoulder boards and hat? And this is a smoke troop from the Naval Wehrmacht. He's an officer who's a forward observer, and so he covers up his shoulder boards with Italian camouflage. He carries a burp gun. And he's meeting with the Panzer Grenadier second lieutenant or first lieutenant and a Panzer first lieutenant in order to discuss the situation. So this Nazi flag here is reminiscent of the one that flew at Monte Cassino. Now, a vet of an American soldier sold it to me. That dagger that I showed y'all a little bit ago, that same vet son sold me the two items. But when you see the photographs of Monte Cassino, that looks like the battle flag that they had.